Hello, my name is Jimmy and this is the 2021 BMW M8 competition. Yep, you know what's gonna happen. Oh, jeez. That was too quick, too quickly. Oh, this sounds so good as well. The overrun. This car should not be legal. Yes, this is the BMW M8 competition, which means under the hood, there's a big V8 with two turbos making 615 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque. Yeah, 0 to 60 under 3 seconds, which means you get into a whole lot of trouble really, really fast. Oh, that is insane. When you're in this car, you're not really driving it. You're just holding on to dear life because it's so fast, it's so quick. Let me just calm everything down. Put it onto normal mode and just relax. Breathe. Let's just take it all in. Yes, BMW came out with the M8 Gran Coupe competition. After the coupe and the convertible, I mean, this was the next step, really, wasn't it? To be honest, the coupe and convertible, they're beautiful looking cars. Their shape, it's just stunning. But this, the Gran Coupe, I think it elevates it a little bit more. I love the Gran Coupe styling because, well, it's like a sedan, but you get the practicality of, well, a coupe and a sedan in one. There's a whole lot of compromises, which I'll go over later. The only thing it's not compromising on, it's just the looks. This is absolutely beautiful, and there's nothing anyone can say to change my mind. Just look at it. The front end, I got BMW's laser headlights, this beautiful kidney grille up here. And it's not the overly large grille that we get on the new M3 or an M4. This is just perfectly sized. On the side profile, I just love how long, low, and sleek it is. We got some 19-inch wheels here. Yes, you can get some optional bigger wheels, but hey, it's wintertime. 19-inch with winter tires. I'll take it right now just to be a little bit safer. From the bottom all the way to the top here, we have the carbon fiber roof, which helps reduce that center of gravity. I don't care if it does or not. I'm sure it does a little bit, but it just looks so nice and cool. On the back, we got these beautiful LED tail lamps and quad exhaust on the bottom. It's a beautiful looking rear end because that's, well, what others would be seeing because you're going to be way, way ahead. The M8 competition, the biggest competition to it, there's a lot of competition in there, is the AMG GT 4-door. Well, the GT 4-door is basically the same price bracket as this. It's quite high, to be quite honest, but I'll go through that a little bit later. Let's talk a little bit about practicality in terms of trunk. Yes, the trunk has 11 cubic feet of space. Yeah, it's small. It's definitely not the largest trunk, but that's okay. No one's buying a beautiful machine like this to haul around things anyways. But it is 11 cubic feet. Let's move over to the rear seats. The rear seats, like I said, there's some compromises because of its overall shape. The seats themselves are very comfortable. There's plenty of bolstering on the side to make it, well, very, very comfortable back here. But something has to be said. Yes, there is a third seatbelt for a middle passenger. No one's gonna sit there because there's no headroom and there's no place to put your feet. It's not a great place for anyone to be, but at least it's an option, I guess. So it's not a 4-passenger vehicle, it's 4-5. Where you want to be is up here. These front seats are super supportive. I love how they just hold you right into the seat itself. And I really love this. M8. illuminated logo just to show you what kind of vehicle you have, not just some stitching. These seats, while heated and cooled, they do not have a massaging feature, which kind of is a bummer. But the heated panels go much further than just the seats. Of course, you get a heated steering wheel, but you also get heated armrests on both sides. So in the winter months like today, it's actually quite comfortable. Love it. The steering wheel itself, well, it's a typical M steering wheel with 2 M buttons on here for you to quickly adjust and change the different drive modes that you have. Behind, paddles that actually have a little bit of leather behind them. They feel good. And behind that, full digital instrument cluster. The digital cluster that's here is, well, not as configurable as like the Mercedes or Audi products, but I actually prefer it because, well, when you're driving down the road, the last thing you want to be doing is looking down at your cluster, changing all the different modes and drivetrains and stuff. It's, well, very, very complicated. What BMW has done instead is moved a lot of that information onto the heads-up display. So for example, if I want to change my radio stations or satellite XM, whatever it may be, well, it's right there on the top. One press of the steering wheel and I get all my media controls right there. It just makes it nice and easy to control. And that, of course, is connected to the full infotainment system. Widescreen aspect ratio, wireless CarPlay, and Android Auto. There's nothing really more that you can ask for. There's even a full touchscreen and an iDrive control knob down here. So it has multiple different ways of you to control it. And of course, you can do this to turn the volume up or down or mix track. So you have options there as well. Something that I found that I absolutely love is, while yes, it has CarPlay like many vehicles these days, it's actually very connected, unlike some other brands. So it shows up on the infotainment, but it also shows up on the heads-up display. When I was using GPS and navigating myself around, I was surprised to see it there. Because most vehicles, that doesn't happen. This does, and that's definitely awesome. And, well, the overall interior, while there are a lot of digital equipment, there are still a whole bunch of analog buttons that you can press, something that Audi's not doing these days. The full climate control is just readily available right there in your hands. It's super easy to use. There's a dedicated volume knob, and the controls down here on the console, while there's a lot of buttons and it may be a little confusing for some, it's, well, quite easy to use. And after a little bit, you're just going to get used to it and, well, it's going to fall right into hands. But I think that's really all I can say about the interior, because when you're driving an M8 Gran Coupe, the thing that matters is how it drives. So let's get back on the road here. The steering, it's adjustable. Suspension, adjustable. Powertrain, it's adjustable. Even the drivetrain, where the power is going, that is adjustable. Because in the M8 Gran Coupe, you can have power going to not only all 4 wheels, but also the rears. So you can do dumb things, like do massive skids around. I'm not gonna do that because I respect this vehicle and, well, to be honest, I just don't have the money to pay for it if something was to go wrong. But yeah, you can do a whole lot of things in this vehicle that, well, typically you just can't. And with all those different setups, what you have ability to is calm the vehicle right down. I currently have the M1 button suggested as, well, basically a comfort mode. Everything is turned off, exhaust is turned off to make the ride more compliant, just easier to live with day to day. But if I want to go full mad, I just press the M2 button here. Everything livens up, everything turns up to 11, and, well, you do stupid things. So let's do just maybe a little bit of an acceleration here because I miss it. Oh, I love this car so much. So much. But yeah, there's one thing. I mean, when you're buying a M8 Gran Coupe, you're not buying it because it's value for money, because it really isn't. Because this M8 Gran Coupe, as equipped, well, it's kind of pricey. It's 161,000 Canadian dollars. Oh, sorry, additional $161,500 Canadian to get yourself an M8 Gran Coupe with the executive package as we have here. That's a huge chunk of change. Yes, you can get into a base model M8 Gran Coupe, if you can call one a base model, and that will set you about 158,000 Canadians. For those in the US, I equipped this as best I could. It comes to about 144,000 US dollars. So yeah, it's expensive, but it's an M8 Gran Coupe. Did you think it was going to be cheap? No, it's not going to be. This is the pinnacle of BMW. Everything that they can put into a vehicle, they did in this car. Sure, the M2 CS is probably a better driver's car. The M5 is probably a better value for money. But if you want the top dog, everything that BMW can shove in a car, this is it. It's the M8. It's everything that BMW stands for, and it truly represents what this M Sport badge is all about. In any case, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm gonna go enjoy this car more because I have to. I really do. In any case, we'll talk to you later. Have a great day, stay safe, and take care.